going on, everybody? It's your man Bishop Bang, and welcome to another episode of It's Whatever with the Bishop. Magic Moments with the Mosleys present. I got my co-host, funny man Jeff, in the building. Yep. And we definitely here today. Is we owning our truth today. Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. Owning our truth, and when enough is enough. So we're going to own our truth today. This is how we're going to own our truth today. Is June 8th. It's a Saturday.
Yo, we literally halfway through the year.
Yeah,
like we
moving, we moving along.
Time does fly.
Yep, and I want to say that to those that are subscribed to our channel, you'll hear it today. You'll be able to see it today, and those that don't, you'll see it on Wednesday.
Yeah, when we air officially.
Yeah. So if you subscribe to our channel, you'll see that it's on there, but we don't share it with the public until Wednesday. So
it's a perk for subscribing.
Yeah. Those that fool with us.
Yeah. Those that care in the early stages.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. So how was your weekend, your week so far before we get into the
week? Is good, and I think all my weeks lately have been good because of regimens.
Okay.
I go to work, do what I got to do at work. I work out. You know what I mean? Right. So after I work out, it's like I got my endorphins flowing. I done burnt my calories. Right, you know what I mean? Especially days with you. So it's like not only am I working out with you, but it's like building. You know, venting, building, just, you know, fellowshipping, whatever terms you want to use. So to have that, and then you get home and you do the family thing, cook dinner, see how the kids are doing, and then do the evening hustle, and then keep it going. So with having my regimen, all my days are good.
Yeah, I seen the picture you posted. I said, it looks good.
Yeah.
I'm definitely...
I wanted to do that because I didn't do the whole before or after. Right. So I'd rather just every so often...
And I like that. Because me I don't use clients. I don't show. I don't. If they want me to, I do show. It depends. Like, you know, I had used to. I've grown to a place where you put that work in. I don't need to show you off to show what it is that I do, because my body.
Because you're gonna do you.
It's a testament to that.
Yeah.
So I don't have to show your discipline and what you do because you put that work in. I expect you to show it. That's you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just give you the blueprint. I put it up there. And you put the work in. Yeah. I can't lift the weights for you. I can't eat the food for you.
Right. This is true, especially the food part.
Right. So because you know, I look at it like, and nothing wrong with that. Trainer showed her clients work. But it's more than what you do, because, see, somebody can come and not have that mind. They ain't going to have that same results. I don't care what you give them. I can lay a whole bunch of stuff before certain people. They're not going to look the way you look, or look the way the next person looks.
I'm learning, too, about the diet, too, because somebody can come in here and bust their ass and then go home and eat all the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
And then, like, where are you going to see those results at?
Right, because you might run into some clients that ain't getting the results that you might be getting, because at the end of the day, it's the extra work that you're putting in. That's your work. You know what I mean? So I look at it like, it works. Some people are driven off of seeing the next person's body. I'm like, oh, I can do it too. I look at it like, I don't have to show you that. I can show you my discipline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can show you me. When they say, oh, is he a good trainer? Go look at my pictures. Look at me. And then you can look at me and you say, okay, he's dedicated to himself first.
So he pours that into his trainees.
Yeah. So and that's how that's how it works, man. I seen that. I think it was motivational for me. So I know it was when it's motivational for the trainer. Because some trainers, it ain't motivational.
Oh, when you saw the pick up,
they think it's all them.
Yeah.
Nah, that was motivation for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, this boy grinding.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got a couple girls. Y'all grinding. I was like, I thank God, because
you got a good unit. Not take anything from anybody else, but I know there's a certain handful of guys you got, including me, that we want this.
And I be thankful when I have that type of people. I look at it like, yo,
it's like indirect motivation.
Right. So when I see you growing, your body changing, and this is how I feel, mine should be too. And I feel reverse. If I'm growing and I'm changing, you should be too. There's not no way I'm seeing results, he's seeing results, and people, especially the ones that come with the same people, everybody can't be growing around you or losing weight around you, and you're not.
Mm-hmm.
That means that eyeballs you out that you're not doing something
when we're not in the presence of the bishop.
Yeah. So I look at it like, man, and that comes into owning your truth.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to read something.
Go ahead.
Let me see. It says, owning your truth. This is what I came. It says, it is the means to live your most truthful self. Inside you is a person waiting to jump out and live in the truth and openness. Most of us spend our days living up to expectations and definitions in ways you, me, and all of us are living to be someone different than owning who we really are. Mm-hmm. And then it said that it's time that we own it. Mm-hmm. And I came up with, and I looked up different steps. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to read each one. As we go along, I will. Yeah. But the first one was, accept who you are at this very moment. And then that was one of them. The second one was, acknowledge who you are. Who and what you stand for. The third one was, define your truth. It may take a bit of work, fighting yourself to understand that this is who you truly are. And then when it gets to the live it loudly, live it proudly. And I say that even if it's not something that everyone does not respect, at least you're free. And I say that, and I'm gonna go there real quick. I'm gonna go there. People can do what they want. I feel people can love and marry who they want. I see things where preachers say stuff about accepting, but you have to cause sins and all that. Listen, where I'm at in life, I truly believe that in this one life that you get, you have to be free.
Yeah.
And whatever truths or whatever might come along that way as you journey through being free, hey, because you'll never get to experience life if you hide who you are. And I'm big on being you. I put that before a lot of things. You know, some people might not agree with that. So why people spend their lives condemning folks for what the Bible say in X, Y, and Z, if that's why you want to spend your life, if you feel that punches you a ticket, and that's how you want to live your life, worried about the next person's freedom and how they live, I had to get away from that. I can't be too concerned with what people choose to do. But I do know this. You have to be free. You have to, and I say that comes into a whole bunch of stuff. It's crazy because I feel that you can't be who you are without saying, you know what, or even making a change, because let's just say if something's wrong with you, and you might not, some people say, well, I might not know I do that, or they blame it on different type of illnesses that they have. Nah, I think sometimes you have to own it. If you messy, you messy. I think, and when I say that, because being messy, a messy person, nothing but mess follow them. You can spot, even on social media. That's what I say. People be like, oh, like I say this all the time. This is not who I really am. I'm not posting my real self. I just post this for, no. So that means that you taking the time to be fake or present something before social media that who you really is not, who you really are not. Mm-hmm. Who has time to do that? Mm-hmm. Especially being grown. No one has time to put on a different persona to approach social media.
Especially when there's no humor in some of the stuff you're sharing.
Yeah.
It's not a humorous meme or like a joke. Yeah, like some people post some of the most harshest shit,
and they say this is not, or some of the nastiest stuff. This is not who I really am. Nah, because it has to filter. It has to filtrate through your thoughts. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
You can keep scrolling.
Yeah.
You ain't got to share that, or you know what I mean.
It's a little bit of who you are, and I say, when I say owning your truth, because even the people that talk tough on social media, then you know for sure that's not the life for you. It's evident, it shows. I always feel that people that's in the thick of it, they don't want that to be their reality, so they're not going to brag upon something that they do not wish that was their reality. There's a lot of people that want to be in certain places, and them people that's in them places want to be out. Like, there's people that want to be free from what you want to be in. And I always say that in the church, you have to be free. You have to know. Listen, man, I'm legitimately real with it. I believe, but it's up to you. It's up to you. It's up to you to separate and believe and to put in action what it is that you're asking God for, what it is that you want to change. I believe in the Spirit housing in us, and we becoming. I believe that you can't grieve the Spirit. You grieve the Spirit that's in you. I don't believe in the Spirit leaving you and all that. I feel that we all have a soul. We all have that spiritual oneness. It's about being awake with it. You know what I mean? And owning the things that how we are, that even if we're trying to change them, the only way you're going to change is first admitting that that's how you are. And I didn't want to drive there, but man, it's people that's taking on, and this ain't about the church, so we're not going to get too far in that, but it's people that take on those positions, and even motivational speakers, all types of things that you're not right within.
Evangelist.
You know what I mean? But right, but you're not right within, and I feel that you can be who you want to be, but it's first admitting your weaknesses.
Go ahead and get you right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get you right.
Yeah. And I say, especially if you're going to be imparting things in people and putting things in people, you got to let people know all that it is that you deal with. It's some nasty people claiming spiritual positions, and it's like it's crazy because people will listen to this, and I'm like, you can't have a certain type of love or a certain type of, we want to say, the mind of Christ or the heart of,
and be spiteful at the same
and
vein.
and do the things that you do, and it baffles me.
Yeah.
It drives that, yo. I want to tell you, that kills me. That kills me. Yo, I'm like, yo. When does conviction set in to say, you know what, you are doing some things that you know you have no business doing. You know you're causing strife. You know you're causing all types of confusion. Confusion, they say, is of the enemy. That's in their book. It's in the book they read. It's in the book. It's in the book. That people all believe. That's why I say, listen, man, it becomes, and I say that to say, you have to live your truth. You can't worry about, you can't, because people will dress something up and actually believe, like, that's not part of what you say you believe. You took that on. You took that title. You sit in a church. You walk that walk. You take that. It's owning who you are. I know who I am. Everything that how they say, Brent, is, I don't cast it off. I evaluate it and say, hold on, is that me? And then I come to the point where, and I respect people that's like that, where I say, you know what? This is how I am. Take it or leave it. Then that gives other people the option to say, okay, this is who he is. That's what he does. That's how he is. So I too have to evaluate that.
Well, evaluate, like, if it's harmful to others or not. Like, if it's something that, like, if I ain't bothering you or shitting on you or whatever, then, like, this is me. You gotta accept that.
Yeah.
But if I am doing something I
might be a little harsh. Some people say he's hard.
I don't know. You know nonsense, and it typically comes from a good place.
Yeah, but everybody don't want to see it as a good place until it's beneficial for them. If it's not against them, it's cool. You see what I'm saying? But if it's on for someone else, it's accepting. Yeah, they need that. What about when it's time for you to need that? Because trust me, I need that. I'm open for that. I would love to have that. I need someone that cares about me that much to say, bruh,
your muscles is too big, bro. It's like,
I'm just saying. I need that, and not to just come from somewhere of people, because people will spit verses out that they have not been tested or don't even apply to themselves. You know what I mean? And I say that you have to admire the freedom that people have, because there's people that you're not going to live free, and And I think we come to a point where even the systematic structures of certain churches, there's no real freedom in Christ. You're not living the life that's provided for you. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be biblical time. They'll try to make it, but it's not going to be. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be. I'm not going to force my children to do things no, because when they learn that carries out into the world, and then you see them people that are not even strong to fight the devil when he comes, or when bad times come, because you just so churchy that what you think you believe ain't even working. You bound in all types of stuff, praying and doing all this, because you're still not free, because it's the way you approach. That's how you approach in the situation. So I look at it like there's things that you have to do that are necessary that's going to take you. It's not going to take God. I seen something today that said, God, with your destiny, people can't control your destiny, only God can. Mm-hmm. You can.
Yeah.
God's work for us, I feel, our path is already laid out.
Yeah, it's already ordained.
Yeah, it's already.
Yeah. It's up to you to go get it.
It's up to you to what you believe,
it's up to you to
pray for.
Be successful or fail.
Yeah, execute your life.
Yeah.
It's up to you. You know,
because it might be his plan for some of the stuff you think you can't have. It might be his plan.
Right.
You got to put the hard work in, and you got to pray on it and
earn it.
Is it faith without works is dead or whatever?
It'd be a lot of works. It'd just be a lot of.
Is it? Yeah.
Like,
a lot of talking. I used to be that guy.
I'm a fruit guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fruit guy. I watch. I hear the chatter of your mouth. I see what's around me.
Yeah, when I was doing my men's class, we talked about that.
Yeah,
there's figs and there's fruits.
Yeah,
the figs is a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, I look, so somebody can say, oh yeah, I'm doing da-da-da-da-da or da. I look to see what do you give out?
Yeah, where's the action
at? People listen, man. I know it's a hustle, but it's a hustle. I see all of that.
And see, some of that stuff is the stuff you low-key won't learn in church or in the Bible. You're going to learn that by experience. So, because I don't want people to misconstrue what the man's talking about. The man knows his Bible. The man is a very spiritual dude. But somewhere along, I'm not trying to fully speak for you, but I don't want them to get this, because I know where you're coming from. And now that I'm back in church, I see where you're coming from. Because like a lot of this stuff is just really just guidance, just to keep you grounded, just knowledge. Because there is a world out there. And you are going to have to go fight this thing. You can't hide behind that Bible, or you can hide behind God, but you can't. This can get confusing, but I know where you're coming from, though, because you're going to have to experience some of this stuff. Because the Bible was written back in those way back. When technology changed, society changed, the devil done evolved. Like,
listen, I'm not a slaughtered
sheep. This stuff is nuts out here.
I'm not a slaughtered sheep.
So you're going to have to learn it, and then you can. The beautiful thing is, you get with the right people, it can be translated. Because it's all still in the Bible, but how you going to translate it? Because I'm going to keep it 1,000. I know some people who use the Bible to scare their kids and shelter their kids so that they'll never get a chance to experience good or bad out there. You can't do that.
Right, because life will eat them up.
Yeah.
Listen, life runs people.
And then I think some people try to use the Old Testament like it's still now. That's why there's the old. Like that was law back then. This is by grace. You know what I'm saying? Like it's now from the New Testament. This is what I'm learning. I'm not a preacher, but this is what how I can articulate this.
They do it all the time. You got their interpretation.
You got to go learn this stuff. You got to live this stuff, and then it's okay to sin. Don't keep doing the same sin. But that's why you get a chance to repent.
Everybody sins.
Yeah, that's why you get a chance to repent, and you get a chance to ask for forgiveness.
Backbite and talk about people and gossip and all types of stuff, bro. Like that stuff doesn't. Live your truth.
Like I use myself as an example. Like, and this ain't my first time bringing up alcoholism on my behalf on this show. That's why I love this topic right here. Like, I had to own the fact that I was an alcoholic. You know, today I celebrate 11 weeks sober. Beautiful thing. But like,
congratulations.
Thank you. Because like I know, and I wasn't one of those. Oh, he was an alcoholic. Listen, I was not the kind where you're gonna catch me on the corner begging for change. I'm not the type where I didn't pay bills. I'm not the type where I was at the bar.
You was an abuser in your own right.
Yes, I was the type where I overindulged.
Right.
Where
it turned you into someone else.
Yeah, and that too. Yeah, like I became super depressed when I was drunk. I could have the ability to turn super angry. I just shut the world out. Or I could be this very bubbly dude that wants to blast music till 5 in the morning. But I realized it wasn't an issue. So it is the first step in getting clean. I had to own my truth. Look, dog. Right. You know, you low key you're alcoholic, brother. And it's not a bad thing. It's hereditary. I have a lot of uncles and stuff on both sides who they were alcoholics. Shit happens. Right. Now, what are you gonna do about it? And you can still enjoy your life. Right. After you clean yourself up. It's just not meant for you. It happens. You know what I'm saying? So that was my truth. So what I did was I sought out help through a minister at church. I still lean on him, and I just had to keep myself busy in other avenues. That's why working out saved my damn life, because that's where my energy goes. Right. And then getting back into cooking more. You know what I mean? Like on Saturdays, be typically sometimes my day to get it in. Okay. Nah, what are we cooking today? Right. Let me cook this whole thing from scratch. Keep myself busy. Right. You know what I'm saying? Fridays, like I got to do shit to stay busy. That got to be the errand day. That got to be the grocery shop day. That got to be the go pay a bill day. Like I learned to do it.
Yeah. People,
you can beat anything. You can beat weed. You can.
It's
and that's if you're abusing it. Like I know you can have a sip, then you're fine. Yeah. It's all good.
Yeah. I'm doing that
too.
Yeah. I'm focused.
Yeah. And that's okay.
If you know that you're doing something and it might cause you not to go home to your wife.
You do it in moderation.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the hell moderation was.
I do everything in moderation. Yeah. I've learned moderation to me is a major part of life.
Mm-hmm. Discipline is discipline, yeah.
It is not shying away from things of your choice or whatever you choose to do. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like the person, like the ones that sneak off and the system that they in, like, and I say that in the church. Like, you think women and men are not having sex?
Everybody's humping, dog. Yeah.
So, like, at the same time, like, people's always telling people what they need to do and this, and oh, you need to come do this. Are you owning your truth? GCSE, they're going to do what they do, but are you working on what it is that you do?
And when some of them people get exposed, or when the truth comes out about some of those higher up people, and that could be in church, outside of church, that discourages folks who are kind of weak, or folks who want to better themselves, or folks who want to step out and try to do right.
That's right.
They'll look at that person with that title or with that prestige.
That's why to me it's not about that. I'm gonna own my truth. Mm-hmm. I could care less about that, bro. Honestly, I encourage you in your walk. Mm-hmm. Whatever gives you substance and keeps you grounded. Mm-hmm. I encourage Keenan. He grew up in the church. Mm-hmm. He grew up. I'm going to live my life with no fear of whatever they say happens in that book. Mm-hmm. Out of respect for my wife, respect for the man that I am, the integrity of the character that who I want to be, and what I would like for God to reign on me. I don't need to be scared into not doing something because I want the better of what is promised to me. I don't need to hear your fears. I don't need to hear, oh, woe this, woe that. I'm going to live my life and treat people accordingly because I truly believe God knows the heart. And all the rest of that, to me, that's what people do. No knock to them. Whatever gives a person substance. We all, I feel, are built with the same makeup. We all have the same opportunities. We're all going to go through some of the same similar downfalls of what life might bring. It's how you handle it. I feel it's the actions that you put on to the next.
Yeah. Because some people complicate salvation, they complicate your way into heaven. Of course, you got to be saved. We know that part. But from what I've been learning,
right.
When Judgment Day come, He's not judging you off of titles and how much you tithed and how many Sundays you showed up. You're getting judged based on your works.
Right.
Your works. What did you do to better yourself? What did you do to help better somebody else? What did you do to give a helping hand? Did you at least try to introduce Christ to somebody? Like, it's little stuff like that. Your works.
Yeah. And when you're in that system, I feel it is. I believe faith and that stuff goes hand in hand. I am not big on the church system that is in place.
Yeah, religion complicates things.
Yeah, I feel it's another form of control. You don't get to be and live the best life possible. And I feel that if you want to have all that is given to you, it's how you do unto others. It's the seeds you sow into people. And I even say that because, man, this thing can be dressed up in all types of ways, because you can see people that make it look like they doing good, and then the inside, it's all rotten, it's all tore down. So it's like, I think it's key, especially taking vows. If you believe in it, you operate it, you open that. Even in marriage, I say that because marriage is instituted through God. That comes with that. I feel when you sign up for that program, when you sign up for that you take on that agreement. And I look at it in that way, that you have to be everything that you vowed, promised to do, promised to be. It's serious. Do I hold it accountable for people that don't know and they do get married and you still signed up for it. Do your homework on things before you do it.
This isn't like one of the things where you skip down to the agreement part and hit the checkbox. No, this is deeper. Because let me touch on that too, because you know what I hate with the passion? No, hate's a strong word. I don't give a damn. I hate it. How there's people in my family who, I don't care if you dislike my wife, but I love my wife, and my wife comes before all of y'all. Right. The only person that comes before her is God. Right. So at the end of the day, I used to hate, well, I still hate it, like when my family be like, oh, Jeff's wife is keeping him away. That is the biggest load of shit ever. No, if y'all not seeing eye to eye, especially if you got disrespectful words for her, or you got spite towards her, anything of that nature, you don't want her around, well, guess what? I'm not coming around either, because I chose her.
Yeah, I can't sleep with y'all. So.
Yeah, exactly that too. My dad says, you ain't tickling my toes, dog. I hate that. Like, no, I'm married, and then it's like everybody in my family's married. I'm not going to not my brother. If you riding out with your wife, if you choose her with me, that's what you're supposed to do. Or with my sister, you ride that.
The selfishness that look for that choice.
Oh, Jeff don't come around no more because of his wife. No, well, listen, if y'all ain't digging her, you ain't digging me, bro.
I got my own family to raise. I got my own.
Y'all become my bloodline. She's now my family. My address where I reside, that's now my kingdom, my domain, and that's what I got to work on. Love y'all, but y'all are now my bloodline.
And that's why it's a sad sight.
Listen, and I still wish the best for all my family. I still pray for them. I want y'all to win. I hear good news about what y'all got going on. I'm clapping. I'm in the stands like this, but this is me over here.
That's why it not bothers me. I just like, how do you prepare for society? I see a lot of moms. Oh, my child's my everything. No, it's not. That's your child. He is your, like, you raising him to be. They're going to have their own life
between the ages of 18 and 24, depending on if they do the college thing or not. They ghost.
And you gotta let them.
You gotta let them.
You gotta let them. But see, if you raise them a certain way to where you got them constantly under a shelter, you're not preparing them for the world. I prepare 7 for. I don't like BB. I'm a little, but Naira, I give her that. You know what I mean? I choose my words wisely, because you're going to be an adult. You're going to live. I want you to live your life and don't have no fear of that you're leaving me behind to be grown when the time is right. You know, it's a sad thing, like, to me, where people can't move because after they're done raising their kids and their kids want to, and they're like,
they're
now
stuck. What the hell do I do now?
And that's, I feel that they're given to us, when I mean temporarily, it's temporarily to raise for society. I'm going to always take care of them, I'm going to always love them, and then they're going to grow up and have grandchildren, and I will help raise them. You see what I'm saying? You're going to get to raise some kids again. Trust me, you're going to get to.
I watched my mom do it with two of my sons.
You're going to.
It comes back around.
You're going.
It's just you don't have to be as hardcore on the discipline.
And then you can send them home.
And you send them home.
Right. So I look at it that it is a part of our growth is owning what it is that might be wrong with you.
I used to procrastinate a lot.
You got to. You have to.
I was gluttonous with the food.
Yeah.
It's like little stuff that people don't realize, and once you own it, and you got to admit it too, and you got to come to the realization, yo, that's me.
Yo, and people shift confidence around to the wrong things. Like I literally see all the time people that you can't put if you're overweight, it's cool. That's you, but you can't shift your confidence there because also being obese or overweight is not healthy for the long run.
Can I let me touch on that real quick? Because now, medically, I'm considered obese still, even though I lost over 20, I'm about 25 pounds. You know, how the scale toggles, but
it's new love for the heart.
Now, even though, because if you want to get scientific based on my height and all that, I'm still obese, but to the
I'm obese too.
Yeah. But to the eye of the minority, or how we was kind of raised and what we see in our communities, they look at me like, you cool, you just chunky, you all right, you getting in shape. Now, when you talk about how like being big, like Sherman Clump big, like old Monique big, and it's okay to have confidence within yourself that look, no matter what, I'm cool. But here goes the kicker, and I know this is what you're trying to touch now. Me being somebody who's dropping weight and somebody who like I'll get to the point, like I got denied for life insurance. You know what I mean? Liver enzymes. I know some of that was drinking, but some of that's obesity. And then it's like I was borderline diabetic, borderline high cholesterol, borderline high blood pressure. Like a lot of that stuff from the way I was eating. Now, thank God I wasn't diagnosed with any of that, but the doctors was telling me, you eat like that for another year or two, or you keep doing what you're doing for another year or two. Boom. Like, you're going to be something. Now you're going to be stuck with Big Pharma for the rest of your life, or until you can kick it, spending all this money on medicine. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people got to think about diabetes. People don't take it seriously until it hits home, until a relative dies from it, or until they get it. Like, people are losing toes. People are losing vision. People are, like, really giving themselves shots once or twice a day. People are like, now that's where you went from, you abused sweets. Now you can't even touch them because you didn't want to do something about it. Yeah. So it's okay to be healthy, and nobody's saying you got to go out here and be bony. You don't have to go look like Rihanna or Beyonce. You don't got to go look like a model. Like you said, get healthy, get active. Yeah, get active. If you are super big, get to a weight where you know you can still move around. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to get down to what my true BMI should be. I don't want to be 170, 165. I think that's what I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be down to 130.
Yeah. No, I started off at 260 in this journey. I am like mid 230s. I would like to get comfortably around the 200 range because I want to bulk up. Right. I don't mind having a little extra mass on me. You know what I'm saying? But cool. Like, so, and it's different strokes for different folks. I got homies who were just as big as me, and they're going for the gusto. No, I want to get lean. Cool. But that's better than just sitting around and not doing nothing about it. And this journey, I think working out and all of that stuff, getting fit, I think it's harder mentally than it is physically. And it is. It's not that hard physically. It's mentally.
And that's why I say that comes with the discipline. Mm-hmm. I feel that type of discipline opens up doors. Mm-hmm. Listen, all doors don't. Mm-mm. Even if doors was to open and certain things would come about, who's going to get up off their ass to take that chance? It might be something that it might be layers of hurdles in front of this big success thing. Mm-hmm. Some people don't even get over the first one because of how they live their life. They live it at a stall moment. Go to work, come home, eat, go to church, go to work, come home, eat, go to work.
Before you know it, you're 50 years old.
Go to work, come home, eat, church, come to work, go whatever, do whatever. There's multiple things that we're supposed to be doing that I feel that unlocks people's potential. And don't get me wrong, there's people, and this is not for you. If you have unlocked it and you are doing great in life and you see that you're taking care of you and loving you and giving that energy back to the universe and giving that, and God sees that your work and your imparting good things into the next, they will follow you.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to scare nobody into believing or accepting Jesus. You ain't even got to talk. You ain't got to say nothing.
I was talking about that the other day.
You ain't got to say nothing.
Some people see that thing glowing off of you.
Listen, I do not once say, hey, I'm a counselor. Hey, I can help you with this. Call me. I'll help you. I'll help you get to... I don't say that. You reach out to me on your own. That's different. You step in my den. That's different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not going to let life handle you without me saying something. Like, you in my space now. I get to say what I want. So I look at it that type of discipline that comes with mentally, I feel it opens the door for all things. And it's crazy to me, bro. It's crazy to me that the temple, so we condemn folks. We say what we say, and oh, you're not doing this, oh, you sleeping with her, you running around. How are you obeying your temple? You're not supposed to be that size. You're not supposed to be sick. You're a believer in the Almighty God, but you're in the hospital. You're going through X, Y, and Z. You know why? It's not because God failed you. It's not because God didn't do. That's on you. Mm-hmm. That's on you. Your foundation's already laid. If you're going to take care of your body, eat right, I don't care if you go on walks and do something, get up and be active.
Yeah, something.
I feel
it's at least 30 minutes a day. Now we work out, so we go for the hour a day. Right. But even 30 minutes a day, it gets you right.
It's obeying, like it's honoring your temple.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's doing what it do. You know, they can say what they say about tattoos, say about this, and this. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You're sitting there, and life is dictating to you how your health is.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking 40 to 30 different pills. Like you said, injecting yourself.
Ankles and knees retaining all this water and stuff like that. We're not supposed to live like
this. I evaluate the whole thing. Mm-hmm. How are you loving you?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to hear that you're comfortable with how you, because I know it's exhausting.
And today, see, our grandparents and before that, they might not have had all the literature at the fingertips that we have.
Yeah.
Like, there's no excuse now.
Yeah, there's not.
When you can YouTube all sorts of stuff, you can go Google all sorts of stuff. When you got, depending on who your Facebook friends are, you might have 5 or 6 positive folks sharing some beautiful things on how to eat right and all that. We don't, now, present day, there's no excuse.
Yeah, there's none. There's none. And I don't care if you're before this generation or the generation before, there's still no excuse.
Mm-hmm. Like my dad's 58.
Yeah,
he's finally catching it.
Yeah.
He's doing what works for him.
Yeah, you have to.
You know what I mean? He's like on a pescatarian diet, and it works for him.
Yeah, you have to.
And he's into the smoothies and all that stuff. Now, he doesn't really add in a workout. I keep telling you, now, what you were doing, if you were to throw in a workout regimen, what you got going on, Dad, you'd be cool, you'd be fine. Right. But it's what works for him. I'm not going to force nothing on him, but it's helping him. His stomach went down. Like, he still got his energy. Like, you know what I mean? Right. So he's 58. So it's like, yo.
That's why I always look at, and that's me. This is my truth.
Mm-hmm.
This is how I am. I always look at how the messenger of any message cares for them. Because some people get into positions, man, and they just eat and do what they want, and they tell other people how they should live and how you shouldn't let life dictate and do, and how you. So where's your discipline on your diet?
My pastor, who's a little older
now, where's your discipline?
Yo, he brought that up. He touched on that about a month and a half ago. He brought that up. He said, I used to be a prisoner to sugar. I had to give the sugar up. I don't eat as much bread. I watch what type of meats I put. It'd be like
that, bro.
He's talked about that. You got to take care of your tummy.
And people think that does not matter.
He said my feet and legs are jacked up. I'm a little crippled.
Because
I'm older now. But he's changing his ways. But he's trying to tell us, don't eat that certain stuff. Be careful what you're putting in your body.
People just want to, God's going to fix it. Pray, give this.
No, he touched on the dietary part.
Where's your discipline?
Yeah, he touched on it.
It's easy to be disciplined. It's easy to be disciplined when it's routine. It costs you nothing to go to church.
Mm-hmm.
It costs you nothing to get up, to put on the suit, go there, and go somewhere that's going to make you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Where's your action? Where's your discipline?
Mm-hmm.
There has to be. What are you sacrificing? You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If people that got money sacrifice money, that's not a sacrifice. You got money. What are you sacrificing? When I see people that's 300, 400 pounds, telling somebody what?
Yeah. And there's some people who
listen, it all goes hand in hand.
It does. It does.
It all goes hand in hand. People who feel good about life, they treat themselves well.
Like Dr. Savy, God bless the dead, that man was about what he was talking about.
Yeah. But don't miss what I'm saying. People that enjoy, you're going to do, it's like, it goes hand in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Or unless it's routine.
Mm-hmm.
It all goes hand in hand. You can't feel good and be in a certain, because then you're going to take care of yourself. You're going to watch what you eat. You ain't going to put certain stuff in your body because you know it doesn't mean you no good. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like that, I was a drug addict. Somebody I can go around and stuff, I wouldn't even touch it. Because I know where I'm headed. I know the direction. I know what things benefit me and what don't. So even if my drugs was drugs, and some people's drugs is food.
I was on that for like food was life for me.
Yeah.
I was cooking Thanksgiving twice a month.
Yeah.
The whole kit and caboodle. I was not putting emphasis on the vegetables. I was not drinking the proper amounts of water. Okay. I was snacking late at night on snacks that, like, come on, bro. Like, yeah, and that be true like that. Like, and that's what did it do for me? But get me up to 260 pounds and cause me, thank God, like we talked about my gout like a little bit ago. But that gout flare up was real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like being out of breath, like. Some of that stuff that died, I have to do with your depression, anxiety. They have you in a funk.
So now, thank you, because that was where I was going. So
have you in a funk.
How many times do you gotta hear that exercise cures depression? I just want to know, how many times do people gotta hear that exercise kills depression?
We need 30, 45 minutes to an hour a day. 4 to 5 days a week, even if you're going to do 3 days a week to get started. And that soreness only lasts after you get past that bad soreness after that first week and a half. From there, if you stay consistent, you're fine. You're fine.
It's something about listen, bro.
Because they don't got to go ham like we do to live.
You don't. And it still goes into...
to go in like we're doing
and I ain't even going to say this because we're not bashing it. Listen, you can't bash the church.
Right.
You can't. I say this to say, because just trying to just get an understanding. You have people that will evangelize, do certain things, and don't study. Don't practice the works. I'm talking about nastier than a rattlesnake. And have no problem with saying, oh, I'm such and such, or address me as such and such. And the heart's raggedy, tore up. And so you have that. Then you have the people that are, man, bro, I see it, man, bro. It's, hey, man, it is what it is. I see people that are just escalating the wrong way. How can you lead me if you need to sit down? If you're in the hospital? If you're always sick? What can you tell me? You're not taking care of yourself, so what can you tell me? What type of judgment or what type of anything can you tell the next person if there's no evidence? I don't care what you know in the Bible. I don't care none of that. I don't care what you fluent in. Because if you have that discipline, you have discipline there. Discipline goes hand in hand. You can't just have a little bit of discipline right here and none right here and you be a disciplined person. Nah. You on the wagon sometimes. So my thing is this: if I see you getting big, what can you tell me? You can't beat that monster. How can you tell me about any of my monsters?
Mm-hmm.
That owns you.
Mm-hmm.
That's yours. I'm gonna need you to focus on yours. And I don't like, oh, that doesn't matter. It matters because at the end of the day, you're sick all the time, or you're going through this, or you're depressed, or you go from this, oh, praise the Lord, praise God. The next thing you know, oh, FLML, my life, whatever they say, you know, whatever. I despise that F my life or something.
Oh,
yeah, FM, whatever. I'm about to say FMLA. whatever they be saying. Like,
FMLA.
People flip flop, but I all say that has a part of not being disciplined. Your emotions flip flop. Why? Because you're not disciplined. Things are going to come about, but you have to be.
I've been, since I started trying to eat right, because it's still a struggle for me too. I'm not perfect at it. I'm 10 times better, but I still have my like yesterday was my oldest son's birthday. I had pizza. First time in a long time I had pizza, but fuck it. And I didn't. Good thing is I didn't eat the crust, and I didn't go stupid, but. Because I'd be lying if I said I eat fruits and vegetables every day. No, I didn't know. But to get to the point, since I got on a better diet and I got on my working out tip, I don't get angry. I don't get super emotional. I take life at face value. Okay, so now if I do get pissed off, I try to only be pissed off for a quick couple minutes because I'm human. Go ahead, go through the motions, Jeff. Fuck. Then after that, okay, we're not gonna sulk in this all day though. Right. What's the resolution? Right. Can we fix this? If we can't fix this, put it in your hands, God, and I keep pushing because there's bigger fish to fry out there.
Right, and plus, but the thing is, you want a resolution, and you put the work to say enough is enough.
Yeah.
Some people don't say enough is enough, man.
That's nothing we wanted to, and we might have to double back around that next time. But the other thing we wanted to talk on: when is enough enough? When is enough is enough? I'm fucking it up, but yeah. When is enough enough? Yeah. Because now I want to. One example for me was the alcohol too. Pissing my wife off often. One day I went into Sneaker Villa. I left happy hour. I wasn't falling over drunk, but I was lit. At 5 o'clock to go meet Savannah to go get sneakers for our oldest, and I come in there, and I probably didn't think I was disrespectful, but when you play the tape back, I was. My son picked up. Play the tape back, meaning you know what I mean. When you play the tape back, I was out of pocket. My son picked up some Jordans that weren't retro, and I'm in there. Savannah, are you dumb? Didn't you grow up getting all these sneakers? These are Puerto Rican Jordans. He's gonna get slayed. But I didn't realize, bro, you got people around you. You're loud. You're drawling. That was one of the, the last straws. Because she handed me my ass when we got home.
I mean, you're Spanish, so.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm thinking it's a joke thing. And that was the thing that alcohol was doing. Not everything's a joke. I embarrassed her, and my son walked out the store. I don't even want sneakers. Savannah was like, "I'm leaving." But there's more stories of that, or just in the house where arguments have been started, or just times I've just was disrespectful, you know what I'm saying. So I was like, "Yo, yeah, enough is enough," and that's when the minister sat down with me. He was like, "I'm a retired drug and alcohol counselor, but I'll come out of retirement for you because I watched you grow up." You know what I'm saying? I got right. So that's just one facet. Alcohol, yeah. To being big, to being obese, to being 260 pounds, enough is enough is this may sound simple to others, but to not be able to tie your damn shoe, bro, to be out of breath or be in pain, you know what I mean, feel like you're about to pass out from tying your shoe, you know what I'm saying, or to walk up a flight of steps and feel people don't know this. I don't even know if I told you this. I was carrying around an asthma pump and don't even have asthma. That's how bad this shit was getting. Yeah, it's low key, it's funny, but it's sad as shit at the same time. We was working a job site. We was doing a job site. The elevator wasn't done. I get up to that 3rd floor. I feel I'm about to fucking die. And I go into a room because my brother didn't know. Nobody knew I had this with me. And I go as if I got asthma. That's sad.
Was it helping?
Hell yeah, help. Hell yeah, that didn't help too because of the black and miles. But that obesity shit, being overweight, because like we've all been a couple pounds heavier than in high school. Like I know when you first graduate high school, especially when you go to college. But I think this is for everybody. They call it the freshman 15. You know what I mean? You put on that 15 pounds out of nowhere. Like a lot of people are like 10, 15 pounds heavier than what they were in their high school.
I went to a place where you lose the freshman 15. You go the opposite direction, you're going to lose that way.
I put on the freshman, like overtime, I put on 40. Put on like probably more than that. Honestly, probably more than that. Probably like close to 50. So it's like, and then it's like, I want to be around to see my kids have kids. I want to be around to see my kids graduate. I want to be around to see them become successful. So enough was enough of, no disrespect to the viewers, but I'm going to keep it enough was enough of being a fat ass.
Yeah.
Enough was enough of being like, bro, this is bad. Then it's like, I fought so hard before this run of getting back in shape to go from a 40 waist to a 38 waist. Like, I was full-blown 40 waist again. It might have if I would have kept going. With now we touching a 42. You know what I mean? Like, enough be enough, man. Yeah. Enough is enough. I was tired of being drunk, crying on a 2 o'clock in the morning in my dining room because of past mistakes I made. It'd be shameful of the stuff I did instead of just now the mental space I'm in. Like, bro, all that did was give you wisdom to not make the mistake again. I own my truth. I don't have a college degree, but I did walk the stage. You know what I mean? Like, I can go back and finish. Be positive, like, dog, you can go do it. You don't got to be, I'm a failure. Right. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, but enough was enough, a lot of that stuff. And I know, like, we got a lot of positive listeners that listen, but might be somebody listening who might, you know, you might need to get up on your shit. Get on it, man. I'm still fresh on this whole journey of, I got, all my stuff is like almost 3 weeks apart. So it's like I got 11 weeks clean, but Monday I'll have 14 weeks working out. It's 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time, one step at a time. Yeah. You stay focused, it's going to come.
Yeah, that's why it don't even be about coming to me, bro. That's why it's bigger than that with me. It ain't about coming to me. People gonna come to me anyway. I'm gonna have clients. Like, I just want to see people be right, get right. Get right.
We can live longer than 50 and 60.
Listen, if you want to put yourself in a position to lead people, look up leadership. Look up what, and that's my thing, bro. There is, you can look wherever you want to look, all over. Look at the attributes of a leader. Because even if you're a pastor,
owner of a
bishop,
company,
whatever, all that. You have to, there's things, now don't get me wrong, people's going to run it how they want to run it, do it how they want to. But if you want the full ability of what comes with that, there's a life that comes with that. There's a requirement. You have to be, in order to lead,
you have to get dirty.
You have to be together mentally, spiritually, and physically. They all go hand in hand. If you call yourself a leader, you have to be able to conquer each one of them categories. That's even for the man in the house. For it to be successful.
That was another reason of having to own my truth, and enough is enough. Because how am I going to be the best husband I could be, best father I can be, if I'm just overweight drunk?
And not happy with yourself.
Right.
People, they'll put out, listen.
It's not a good example.
Yeah, they'll put on Facebook and social media that they're confident. When you say that, that's when I know you're not. I ain't gotta tell people what I'm confident. Like, it shows. It will show. It shows, man. You have to be able to live the best life possible, and I feel you have to have it running. You can't. I will say days that you don't feel good have to be, out of a whole 30 days, have to be limited down to like 2. And most of them, if you don't, it's mostly because it's self-inflicted. Like, you might have a hangover or something that other people, you know, like.
Days I don't feel good lately, especially with like the last 2 months or month and a half, 2 months. Days I don't feel good is like I might have just pushed myself to the core.
How about that? I was getting to that.
Because it's kind of self-inflicted.
Yeah, from overworking.
Yeah.
But she was able to do it.
Yeah. It might be some days I might have to shut down on a Sunday. Like, after church, I'm going to sleep. Fuck everything else.
Right. But you put in work.
Yeah. Or it might be days after this podcast where I'll be like, babe, after I come back from that, I'm done. That is it.
Right. It's some people that just be tired and haven't done really much of nothing.
I've been there, and that could be from being obese. Like I used to wake up tired, and I didn't even do shit.
I always look at it like you gonna go work your 8 out of a 24-hour, and that 8 has you tired to where you can't function the rest of the couple hours that you have to do things.
Yeah.
You build a body with energy. How else is the body gonna have energy? How else is the body gonna be able to run, do this, and even multitask without getting bogged down or feeling it's too much? You know why people feel like little tasks that the next person can do fast and normal and it wouldn't bother them? It's the condition they're in. It's the condition that makes the difference. Because we all could be doing something at the same pace.
And like, no disrespect, because how you get your money is how you get your money. But I do blue collar work.
Yeah.
So if I can go put it at 8, and not every day is strenuous for me, but I had, like, you see me coming here, the one day I came in here and I took my shirt off, had my beater, I was like, I'm warmed up, baby, and I still give you 100%. Like, so it's like, if somebody who does blue collar work can put in 8 and then still go get a workout in, and then still go put towards whatever else they want to do outside of life,
time for you. Yeah.
And there's no excuse for the people. Now I get it. If you got a desk job, depending on it, you might come home mentally tired. I can dig that. But then you can eliminate that mental stress by having a workout.
Yeah, but it's still doing something for you. Yeah. You sat and gave them people 8 hours of sitting on your butt snacking. Now what are you going to do for you? It's a sad soul that comes and sits and does nothing for them. I don't care. You can just call me what you want. Say what you want. What do you do for you? Even if it's repairing something around your home. I don't care if it's something for you, something that is going to.
Yeah, because every time I come home now, I gotta hand wash the car. I gotta clean the garage. Or I gotta go fix my mailbox when I leave here.
You got life. There's some people that don't do life. They don't do life.
And you know what I realized too, and this is okay. Some people are content with just working a 9 to 5 and just come home, and that's okay. But what I kind of don't dig, and it's okay too that I don't dig this, like it's whatever. Don't put down somebody else's dreams though, or don't like. You know what I mean?
That comes with their position.
You know what I mean? Like, don't you dare judge somebody who, if somebody tells me you're still doing the comedy thing, what is it that you do?
I don't even respond.
Because I see the sarcasm in it.
Listen, I don't even respond to them.
I'd rather you say...
Them type of people don't got nothing.
The people who ask, how's it going? I could tell her, y'all might have a little bit of genuine in it. How's it going? Is it going? The whole, you still doing your little comedy thing?
Yeah. Right. That's because they doing nothing. Most people that talk like that, listen, that's why I always say, people that have something going on recognize people that have something going on. Regardless if you like it or you hate on it, you recognize they have something going on. People that don't, they make them comments. Oh, you doing this. Oh, you doing too much of that. Because they don't understand, because they're not doing nothing.
I've had family members.
Because you're going to do certain things that might hit a wall, but then you're going to do this. And you're going to do this. It's all things people have to want. Some people might be cool in an apartment. Some people might be cool living in low-income houses.
There's this old head that used to work for us, right? He's a drywall finisher,
but
right?
Everyone's not.
His shit, he lives in a rooming house, right? And really just, whether he works or not, I think he's like retired, so he might work part-time doing some drywall finishing. This man is super content with coming home, grabbing a remote, and watching TV. Like, he's okay with that. So I had to learn, because there was times, like, he's an old head, but he's mad cool dude. Like, you know what I mean? We talk a lot. Like, he still got some wisdom with him, even though, you know what I mean? But I used to want more for him.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, no, I'm actually cool in my little... But he's not the type, he'll never put nobody down, and he'll never talk shit on nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. And he's positive dude, he's content. Yeah. So I realized that's cool.
I ain't cool with me, but I understand.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I be wanting more for him.
It's more to life.
Yeah. And I be like, yo, you don't want to travel? Like, you don't want to go out, do anything? No, I'm all right, cool. All right.
Hey, living is true.
Yeah. But for me, nah. But see, here goes real quick too. I want to touch on too, like, especially this kind of goes for my generation.
We about to wrap up.
Well, I'm gonna make it quick and simple. You ain't gotta rush to get to the finish line either. You ain't gotta rush to have the best car in the best house. You can take your time.
Yeah, just start.
Yeah. You don't have to have it all together at once.
As long as you start.
Yeah, as long as you're doing something to keep it pushing, it's okay. Because a lot of that stuff will come.
Yeah, it goes hand in hand. Yep. We thank y'all for listening.
Yeah, thanks for hearing us ramble.
I'm
being sarcastic. I hope y'all took something from it.
Yeah. We appreciate y'all. And we're going to get...
Only your truth. Enough is enough. Go home and figure that out for yourself.
Yeah. We thank y'all for listening. Y'all to subscribe. Check it out later today. We appreciate y'all. All right.
Much love.
Peace.